People have asked me for simple instructions on how to meditate. So here is how to meditate. The first and most important beginning to meditation is your posture and where and how you're sitting. Find a clean, clear, uncluttered space that you can continue to practice your meditation in regularly. You can sit on the floor. You can sit in a chair. If you sit in a chair, have your legs parallel and your feet flat on the floor parallel. And you can have a chair with or without arms, but put your hands, just rest them on your knees or fold them in your lap like this. If you're sitting on the floor, you can, if you're a yogi, you can sit in the full lotus posture, like a pretzel with your legs, or you can sit in what they call sukhasana, the sweet pose, where you have one leg and then the other leg with the foot is sort of crossed up on top of it. Children sit this way often when they're sitting around a campfire on the floor. Or you can just sit in whatever way is comfortable for you. But here's the thing, put a cushion or something under the base of your spine, not under your entire buttocks area, but just under the back area, maybe where your sits bones touch back to the spine. And this will tilt your pelvis up, and it will help to push your spine up so that you have an upright posture. While you're sitting this way, you don't want to make your back rigid, but you do want to keep it upright. And one of the ways you can do this and coax your muscles into doing this is to imagine your breastbone going up and forward like this. So you lift from the breastbone and it helps lift you up. Another way is when you breathe in, imagine you're breathing the air in between your vertebrae and your spine elongates down into the ground and upwards from the top of your head up into the sky. So you've got a nice elongated spine. You're in an upright position. That's your meditation posture. As I said before, you can put your hands on your knees or fold them in your lap. If you put them in your knees, you can also do what is called chin mudra, which is to touch your pointer and your thumb together and just rest them on your knees like this. It's said that this creates a circle of the energy, of the prana, the energy inside your own body. And then you put that on your knees. It's sort of like putting the electrical outlets together and making a closed circuit, if you will. Then your head and neck, again, not rigid, but you do want your chin sort of straight up and forward, not up, but not down either, just straight forward and gentle on your head. And then close your eyes, just gently close them. The next step is breath. There are all sorts of yogic breathing exercises, and you can do those, and sometimes it's very beneficial to do them before you sink into meditation, or you can just breathe. But it's good to refresh everything by taking a couple of deep breaths in and slow, long breaths out before you begin to meditate, 2 or 3 times. Like it looks like this. I'm purposefully making the breath out long. It's abnormally deep in and it's abnormally long out. This clears your brain out, relaxes you. It just sort of gets your body into a different mode, separating it from the everyday mode, the doing business mode, the doing housework mode. The breath is very powerful in setting what's going on inside of you, physically, but certainly also emotionally and mentally. So having those prolonged breaths kind of says to the body, we're not going to be thinking a mile a minute now, we're going to slow things down. And having a slow, deep and a slow breath out helps to the mind get, okay, things are slowing now. May also slow your heart rate if your heart has been going, well, you've been running around or something. So a couple of those breaths in and out. Once you've done that, just breathe normally, your own cadence for your own breath. The next part is focus. You may have heard in meditation you're supposed to clear your mind. Think of nothing. Think of the void. What's that? The brain is made to think. It is a beautiful instrument, one of the finest instruments in the world, to conjure up entire universes of thought with every attendant detail. It is not made to not do anything. If you try to not think of anything, you're going to have a hell of a time, because that's what it does. So rather than not thinking of anything, what you do is you coax it towards stillness by having it focus on one thing, on one point of focus. In the same way that a baby might get into the silverware drawer and play with forks and knives, which are dangerous, or chemicals under the sink or something like that, and you take it away from the baby and you give the baby a toy or a pacifier, right? In the same way, you're going to take your mind off of the things that draw it out or draw it towards dramatic, flamboyant emotions, anger, sadness, extreme joy, all of those exciting things. You're trying to get it to turn within itself and look at itself at its deepest levels. So excitement takes you away from that. So you want to choose a point of focus that is going to be easy to maintain again and again, and that takes you inside. What that is can be up to you. Yogis use mantras. Soham, Hamsa, Guru Om, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, just Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. There are many mantras that you can use. Mantras were created by sages of old who, when they were deep in samadhi, in meditation, they would hear sounds. Like in a dream, you have sound and vision. And they would, when they came out of their meditation, they would approximate these sounds in human syllables, and these are what became mantra. So they say, in the same way that if I say pink elephant, the idea of a pink elephant occurs in your mind. Mantras sort of call upon the inner state and pull you back towards the inner state. This is the theory, the yogic theory behind mantras. If mantras aren't your bag, then choose a word, 1 or 2 syllables, a couple words, something very brief so that it is strong and clear and you can focus on it. When I first learned about meditation in high school, I chose the word one. Funny, my name ended up Sister Unity. But I would just repeat one to myself. There are also nonverbal points of focus. You can focus on your breath. Watch your breath come in. Watch your breath go out. Watch it come in. Watch it go out. It's a tricky thing to do, but you can also watch it come in. See if you can see that flash instant moment when it turns around and then goes out. The in-between space when it goes out and then turns and comes in. They say that if you can be aware of that instant, it's like looking in through a window into your own inner self. So the breath is a very powerful point of focus. You can also visualize a favorite place in nature, a candle flame, a tree, a flower, a bush, a face, something that brings you peace or that connects you to a feeling in your heart. You can also, if you can become aware of the sensation of your heart, you can focus on that, the feeling of your heart. Now you've got all your tools and you're off and running. And as one great sage, Swami Muktananda, used to say, when you sit for meditation and you close your eyes and you begin to focus on your point of focus, that is meditation. And whatever happens after that should not be judged. Sometimes it will make your mind race 1,000 miles an hour. Sometimes your mind will get very still and quiet. Sometimes it will meander, thoughts here and there. That's all okay. That is all okay. It's meditation. When you notice that your mind has wandered off your point of focus, just gently go, oh, I've wandered off. And gently, lovingly, coax your mind back to your point of focus. This is practice. Yoga, meditation is a practice. You don't get it right the first time. I've been doing this for 30 years. I ain't enlightened. There are people who have done it for 27 years, 8 years, 50 years, and who are enlightened. And there are many who are not. It's a practice. And even those who are, It took them a long time to get there, and very assiduous practice. So it's a practice, and you're going to work on it minute by minute, day by day. It is the consistency of practice that brings you fruits and benefits. And even though you may not be enlightened, in a week, you will see transformation. Changing your inner state and making it clearer, more grounded, more peaceful, more in tune with its own inner workings absolutely brings benefits and transformation. You may not see it right away. You may see it right away. You may see it after months. Everyone is different. Don't judge by others. Don't say, oh, my friend started meditating and now they're this big, yogi and they're going off to retreats and they've got so much abundance in their life. Who even knows? They could be dead tomorrow. Don't judge your path by someone else's because yours is unique to you. The hairs on your head grow in a pattern unique to you. The little wiggles in your iris are unique to you. Your fingerprint is unique to you. So is your spiritual practice, your meditation practice. It's unique to you. So let it be itself and discover what it will be as you go. You may find that the point of focus that you chose in the beginning doesn't work as well as something else, and you switch and you try something new, and it really helps a lot. It helps you focus a lot and you go deeper. This is your practice. You're the artist. It's your paintbrush and paint set and canvas, so you get to fine-tune it, adjust it, work with it. If you find this teacher has sayings and teachings and techniques that work for you, and you want to study with them, go. If you find that one has better ones and it takes you in deeper and you find more transformation, go study with them. If you find no teacher is best for you and you study just with these techniques in your own practice on your own, then that's your path. It is all up to you because you are the expert of your path. Insofar as you're the one who is able to discern what's working and what's not working. We're all still students as we practice, of course. But even the greatest of artists, even Meryl Streep would say, even Picasso would say, I'm always learning. Even masters say there's always something new to discover in meditation. So all of this to say, consistent practice is what reaps the benefits. Whether you do it every day or every other day, once a week, whatever it is, keep a rhythm. And that's why I said have the same place that you can go to sit to meditate for meditation every day, because that helps the consistency. You can set up a little altar if that's for you, or a picture on the wall or something that you can sort of bring yourself into focus on. Now I'm here, now I'm meditating. Some people have a picture of a guru. Some people have a picture of a deity, Shiva or Jesus, or some people have a bit of writing from the Quran, or because no icons in Islam. Some people have a picture of a lotus. Some people have a copy of Lord of the Rings. Some people have a soapstone carving. It is all up to you what you make to help bring yourself back to that feeling and state of, now I'm going to turn within. Some people light a candle. Some people light incense. I used to light incense. I've got a pretty sensitive sinus. I don't light incense anymore. It clogs me up. But I light a candle. I actually have one of those citronella candles with a eucalyptus. It helps open me up. I like Hinduism, so I've got a lot of deities with animal heads and whatnot. That's what does it for me. It makes me happy to sit there. So what makes you happy to sit in your place of meditation? And then you turn within, you fix your posture, you do your couple of deep breaths, you let your breath go to normal, you gently close your eyes, and you focus on your point of focus. And then you watch going back and forth with your mind, going back to your point of focus. You may find that it's just all repetition of point of focus, or it's all struggle with keeping your point of focus. You may find you drop down into a state where you think you fell asleep and you come back out and you're like, damn it, I slept. Don't worry about it. There is a state called the Tundra state, or the Turiya state. And it's said to be this state that you drop down in and you become unaware of anything. Usually we're aware when we've dreamt, but there's a kind of a sleep state, especially if you're dog tired, when you drop in and you're like, oh my God, I just went so deep in, I had no idea I was sleeping, I didn't even dream. The same thing can happen in meditation. So if that happens, if you drop down in, you come back out and you're like, what the hell was that? Or was I sleeping? Don't worry about it. It's very good. you're meditating, you're all going closer and closer and closer to your own inner self, to whatever that spark is within you. And whatever it is what you're meditating to find out. It's all going to come up and bring things up, bring emotions up sometimes, bring feelings, bring memories, bring visions. Some people have visions. I've had a couple of very, very hyper-real, crystal clear visions of full moons or other kinds of light. Not a lot of fireworks and very rare, but they have happened. So extraordinary things have happened to people practicing meditation. And for some of us, not much at all happens, except when we get up, we feel refreshed, clearer, and grounded, with a kind of silent appreciation for the sense of our own self. That is gold. That is incredibly valuable and worthwhile. I'm interested to know what will happen with your meditation. Feel free to leave comments or comment to me send me a message or a comment on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, or wherever you can find me in social media. Good luck with your meditation. May it be blessed by your own inner self, and may you discover yourself, the peaceful, quiet, strong, grounded self that is you exactly as you are.